Be sure to subscribe for more content.
What is up, ladies and gents? Welcome to the BigBC Finance Channel, and I hope you're having a very lovely day today. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Luna Classic, what has happened over the past 24 hours, where I predict the price will go to in the near future, as well as some key levels and some key patterns I'm looking out for on Luna Classic. So be sure to stay tuned for that. And of course, guys, if you do like this video, be sure to hit the like button for me. Now, talking about Luna Classic, what has happened over the past 24 hours, let's just get those annotations back on, because what is happening right now is pretty exciting. So in my last video, I predicted that we were having this triangle formation happen between this resistance here that we had in this downwards channel, which is now in gray, and the support level that we have here in light blue. And at the time, we had the price just bouncing here, not really doing too much. The volume was low, and we saw this breakout. Now I predicted the breakout was going to be the distance of this triangle formation here, so around a 10% pump from where the breakout occurred on that resistance there. And lo and behold, we did actually see that. So in the end, we had this first pump, almost a retrace back to test that resistance again, and then that final pump there where the price actually made it to around 31.1. My take profit level yesterday was 30.7, so nice to make a bit. It was nice to make a chunk of change off that trade there. So really good, really well done if you managed to trade that breakout of that resistance there yesterday on Luna Classic, and if you followed that take profit level there at 30.7 cents. Now, as I say, we hit that 31.1, and now we are again consolidating in this kind of pattern here. And you can see from my annotations what I think we could be seeing so far. So this level here, let me first explain this one. So this looks like the new trend direction. So this was a bearish trend. I was a bit cautious that we might be following just a more bearish trend that looks something like this, but again we broke through that. So at the moment I'm looking at this support level here as the direction of the trend that we are going in at the moment, and so far it is held. We have a few tests of that support there where the price has come down to test that support and bounced off it. So for me, this is quite a reliable support that I'm looking at for the trend, the direction of this bullish trend that we're going up in. And of course, my other purple line that I'm looking at is this major level here on Luna Classic, which is 32.5 cents. So 32.5 cents is a level that you can see has been adhered to since around the 16th of September. And there's been multiple times where the price has come up it and just bounced off it. We can see that this 4 points in that region, maybe 5 if you count this as 2 there, and we have another test at this resistance. And basically what it's telling us is that every time the price of Luna Classic gets up to this level, there is a lot of selling pressures. Sellers take over and the price just comes back down again. So every time the price comes up in a pump, whether it's a pump, whether it's within this bullish direction here, the price gets to this 32.5 cents level and the sellers take over. So we're very keen on this level being a place of resistance as well for this price, if we do make it up there. And of course, if the price does break through that, then that would be a very bullish sign. So that is something we are looking out for. And just by the nature of this shape here, what we could be seeing is potentially a triangle. So let me just clear this up a little bit. So we could be seeing a triangle if, of course, the price can be supported by this line further on, as well as coming up to test this line several times. And of course, this would happen over the course of a few days. And guys, like I say with Luna Classic, with all altcoins that I follow, I always check Bitcoin to see what's happening there. And this is why I think this theory could be in play, because Bitcoin basically is showing something similar. Have a look at this on Bitcoin. We have this very long resistance where the price has never crossed before. That has been in place since November 2021. The price has come up to test it several times now, and just yesterday we saw the price, if we go on the 1 hour chart, actually the price literally came up to test it once more and then shot right back down. So basically we are very teasingly close now to this resistance. You can see that if we were to be in the price range that we are right now, we should have a decision by, say, the 6th of October on whether Bitcoin's going to get rejected once again and go below 19,000 permanently, or whether we're going to see the price of Bitcoin rise above that resistance. And that decision is going to happen very soon, like I say. So of course, if a decision is made like that on Bitcoin, then there should be a really large price movement. And if there's a large price movement on Bitcoin, we should see a large one on Luna Classic as well. And of course, this kind of ties into this theory with this triangle, because the price distance of this, the price target of this triangle would be pretty huge. You can see here, the price target is always the distance between the first test of resistance and support, and that price target would be around 20% if we dump, or 20% if we pump on the upside as well. So this is something I'm looking for. This is one of the theories that I do have for Luna Classic. Obviously, it would be quite significant if it is indeed in play, because the down price target there would be around 22 cents, which for me is quite a major price level here on Luna Classic, and the pump would go to around 38 cents, which is also quite a major level on Luna Classic as well. So that's really something I'm looking out for. So just so you guys know, but there's also other things in play as well that I'm also looking out for. So of course, just down to the steepness of this bullish trend, I'm also looking out for something that could look like this. So I am aware of a scenario where the price could just do something like this, where, you know, it consolidates further and further, and we could see a much more shallow triangle, which could look something like this, for example. So this is also something I'm keeping my eye on. If we just extend that, actually, you can see that it perfectly touches the top there. So my next theory is that we're seeing a triangle that looks like this. The price doesn't respect this purple line here. So in order for this theory to be validated, the price would just have to cross this purple line without an increase in volume, you know, without much momentum. So we're not seeing large pumps like this, for example, where my cursor is right now, or large pumps like this. We're just seeing the price just trickle through like this. And in that case, this purple triangle becomes invalidated for me, and then this blue triangle comes into play. And of course, the price targets for that would be, again, this distance here. So if we break out here on the line, for example, you know, in a day's time, tomorrow, then the price target would be around 24.5 cents there, and the upwards price target would be around 33.8 cents, which is still quite a nice pump if we do break out of it. Of course, it's dynamic as well, so if we break out sooner, you know, the price target would be slightly higher. If we break out later, price target would be slightly lower. So that's another thing I'm looking out for here on Luna Classic, and of course, we can see the deadline for this pattern to occur, if it does happen, is pretty similar to the purple triangle we drew as well. So we'd have a deadline for this for about the start of the 5th of October. So for Luna Classic to make its mind up from this triangle here. So those are the two main patterns, the two main price patterns here that I'm looking at on Luna Classic. This first purple pattern will give us a price target of 38 cents if we break out on the bullish side, or around 22 cents on the bearish side. Whereas if this is invalidated, if we just do something like this, as I say, and we follow this blue pattern instead, then I'd expect the price breakout to go to somewhere around 33 to 34 cents. And if we break out on the bearish side, once again, I expect to go down to around the 25 cents region there. So those are my price targets. That's what I'm looking out for right now. Of course, I'm also looking out for what Bitcoin is going to do in the near future with this resistance here. If we do come down, then I expect Luna Classic to be more bearish and bullish. But if we break through that resistance, then I do expect Luna Classic to be very bullish indeed. So, and that's all I have to say in this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you got anything from this video, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button and subscribe. Otherwise, guys, hopefully I'll see you in my next video.